Hey everybody, can you hear me? Are we live and in living color? Hi Carol Ann, good to see you. Coffee first, then speak. My old buddy Robert Winslow, Mary Miles. Hi Mary. Let's see who else we have in the chat. Give me a 5x5 if anybody can hear me. I've got it pulled up. There it is. It's on my old TV over there. Let's see. TJ Squatchy, who's been a subscriber since probably the first few videos I made. For some reason, she must be a glutton for punishment. Let's see who else is here. We don't have many people, so I don't want to miss anybody. Nate Dampier. Hey, Nate. Let me scroll back up. Tennessee Mountain Preparedness wasn't here, so I hope he came back. He was here early, as was Robert. So a few people. Hi, TDDR. She was one of my first subscribers, too, and Robert was pretty early. Carol Ann's been here for a while. So, Robert, I tried to make you a moderator, but I'm not smart enough, so sorry about that, buddy. But tried to do Nate, too. I think Nate's a moderator. He does it on some channels, so I hope everybody had a good week. I have worked 60 hours and I got 12 hours left to work tomorrow night, so woohoo! But it hadn't been bad. I'm trying to see what Rose is doing. She's left me alone the last live stream. So let's go ahead and bring in our special guest. Hey, gaming kid. Hey, buddy. You're supposed to be working. I hope you're not going to get fired for tuning into this live stream, bud. And I hope you're not getting off early because it's a long walk. I'm not leaving until the stream's over. All right, so let's bring in our special guest. She has a really cool channel. Tell you how to look for deals because being a fella, I just go in the store and want to get out as quickly as possible. I don't look for deals. I go in looking for what I want, what I need, and I hit the road. But I'm trying to do better with this economy and the way inflation is. Looking for deals and saving money is a really good idea. And Michelle is a person that can tell you how to do it. So are you ready, Michelle? Let's bring her in. There she is.
Hey, everybody.
Michelle.
Hello. How's everybody doing? Probably better than it is here. I just heard like my trash can getting ready to blow across the street. It's getting kind of nasty or something out there. I don't know what.
Oh, I've got TJ's on here, so let me see if I can. There we go. I don't know how I did that, TJ. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep my face out of it. I'm trying to hide behind my name.
And I apologize for the glare on my glasses, but if I take them off, I won't be able to see.
We're both blind, so y'all got to just deal with us. Blind and I'm half deaf, so there we go.
So if you're ever in Kingsport, be sure to go by Huey Magoo's and give my kid a hard time if he's at work.
I'll come down there and do it.
Let's see, Michelle. Let's go ahead. Oh, wow, Carol Ann. It didn't hit your house, did it? I know the wind's blowing pretty hard here today, but that's awful. And let's all remember those people down south that got hit by the tornadoes last night. Remember those people. A lot of people. I can't remember the death toll, but it was pretty high for a tornado outbreak. So I think it was Mississippi and maybe Alabama.
Good old Alabama. I remember it well, too well.
Well, that's not good either, Carol Ann. So I hope those folks are okay. And like TJ says, please hit the thumbs up, leave a comment.
I didn't do that. I did.
So let's let Michelle talk about her channel for a few minutes and what her interest is on in prepping and what got her into prepping and things like that. I told my little story last week about the crazy dreams I was having, and prepping helped alleviate those dreams. So, Michelle, you've got the floor for a few minutes.
Okay, so I'm trying to get above my name here. Excuse me if I'm wiggling around, but I am on my heating pad. This is day 4 without sleep. So just so y'all know, I've been here working for 4 days straight. But I got on YouTube just because I blame Alaska Prepper. I blame Rudy. He's the one. I happened to be watching one of his, live streams, and he was talking about how people need to come up with some extra money to get some more preps in their pantries and in their houses for their family, no matter what it is that they need. And he's like, yeah, you could just start a YouTube channel. I was like, well, I can blab for hours. So, I said I could, I used to have to do that all the time for all my careers. I was always doing stuff. So I was like, sure, I'll try it out. They're terrible. Do not watch my beginning videos, everybody. Do not watch them. Some of them I didn't, I just kind of made them private because they were just so bad, so bad. But, you get to know other people, and it's been really great knowing not everybody's great, but a lot of the people that I still am subscribed to, keep in touch with, newer people. I am just having a ball. And my gig has always been, my background is I started working at a very, very young age, very young, 12. I wanted money. I grew up with a mom raising 3 kids by herself. And so I started working because I wanted some money for whatever I wanted to get. I did not like being a broke person. I did not want to be paycheck to paycheck. So I joined the military. Hey, there's my buddy Mark, Mighty Metallica. That is my bestie friend, Mark. Thanks for coming. He's like, peace sign. Yeah, Metallica. But yeah, so I joined the military. I was recruited actually when I got my CNA as a certified nurse assistant at 15. The military people come in to the technical school, and of course they want to recruit everybody. They asked me if I would come and be a medic for them, and I said, no, I don't want to be a medic because I couldn't handle working with the old people, animals, children, or else I'd cry all day. I said, so I switched to dentistry, and I said, I want a dental position if I'm going to be in the Army, and they said, we don't have one. And they said, how about you come in as a medic and we'll give you an extra bonus? And I was like, sure. So I did that in high school. Came back, graduated. After graduation, left, went to AIT down Grayman, and I went to the same place, San Antonio, Fort Sam Houston. That's where the Army 91, we were 91 Bravos back then. He's a few years younger than I am, about 4 or 5 years younger than I am, I think. And they had all the cushy stuff when he got to go there, and when I was there, it was just, see that arm, put an IV in there. So I after that, I wanted to go to college. I wanted to be the first person in my family to go to college. So I thought my GI Bill would pay for something. It does not. I had an 83 Cutlass Supreme, and it took every penny of whatever money they gave me to drive just to the college, not to cover anything. So I went to college, worked for 4 different dentists, worked full-time with 4 different dentists, worked my butt off, tried to go to college, and I was broke. And that was at the time when extreme couponing was out. Anybody else there watched extreme couponing show back in the day? If you did, give it a thumbs up. Say yeah, deals. Deals. I'm going to make a video, and I'm going to see who can actually guess how many times I say the word deals in it. And you're going to win a prize because I say deals a lot. So I started doing extreme couponing. I'm trying to follow chat everywhere, and I can't. But I like to blab and chat at the same time. So I did the extreme couponing. I used to dumpster dive to find things like whatever it was. I used to dumpster dive for things to furnish where I lived. If it was for, well, they didn't really have dumpsters like Aldi, how people do dumpster diving, and it's like a humongous channel now on YouTube to do dumpster diving at Aldi and all the different places. I still do it, but I had to stop. I don't do it on the scale I used to. Broke too many ribs. So broke my ribs 3 times in like 3 months, less than 3 months. So doctor said, quit it, but I still will try to rescue stuff. I love to donate pet foods and things. I mean, they have everything under the sun in there. And, I donate it to rescues, to the farm that my daughter goes to for her. Next week is her birthday. I'm waiting for her to chime in. She'll be 19 on Tuesday, which makes me feel ancient. They're white. They're not even gray. They're white up here now. She
I'm
was,
glad I don't have any gray yet.
yeah, yours are all white still, huh? So I started doing, I was dumpster diving in the recycle bins at the schools when I take my daughter to school because the newspaper delivery people just threw stacks and stacks of newspapers into those. And I would get all of them out and I'd go through and take out all the coupons that I wanted. And so luckily I stocked up for everything. I had pets. I had some cats at the time, and so I had a dog, cats, myself, and I tell you, I had my my storage room, my main. Well, here I have many storage rooms because it's way too big. That's why I was like out of breath. I was like, I'm getting there. I was running to the computer, but it's 1,750 square feet from the whole this place, and it's like the craziest thing for me from being with my bestie, staying there, my lifesaver, and he's really done everything and anything and saved my life numerous times, literally, from what I went through with all the things that the doctors did to me through the years with my surgeries, from losing when I became disabled. I had to leave my home, and my best friend moved from his place in a different county to we're literally I could dash to his place. We're only a street across from each other, except for his place was not infested with roaches like mine was, or water damage, or didn't have to be totally gutted out. That's my adventures of a veteran purchasing a home with a crappy inspector. So never trust an inspector. That's I can say that one.
Unless you know him personally.
No, I did know him. I used him before for the first house that the VA said I was not veteran enough to qualify for my VA loan because I did not have enough hours served out of my 8 years, even though I worked every 2 weekends a month at the Selfridge Air National Guard clinic, which I in the military, a 91 Bravo back then, we were like a nurse practitioner now, where they have to spend $500,000 to do that. If you want to be a doctor, it's closer to $1 million or 750,000. I don't even know what it costs now for college, but so we pretty much did everything except for sign the name as being Dr. So and so. But I put all my time in. I even moved out of state. I was down in Georgia. I was in Alabama.
I know
I
Tennessee. Why you got against Tennessee, Michelle?
was that well. There's nothing really Army related for me. And it was a 91 Bravos. We got basic training was at Fort McClellan, Alabama, which was my first experience sweating to death in humidity in the summer because I was between my junior and senior year of high school when I went to basic training. So I left and I got back just in time to come back, finish my senior year, graduated, and they shipped me down south to San Antonio, Texas. And I was there. I was supposed to be back in time to go to college. I was going to go to a different type of a school, and they did not get me back in time. So that postponed it. Then I found out what the real GI Bill is all about when you are in a reserve position instead of being active duty. Because I told him, I said, I can't commit to active duty. I'm still in high school. I said, I've been working my butt off since I was 12, and I don't really know exactly what I said. I want to go to college, and I wanted to do a lot of different things. And I said, I can't make that decision yet. So, but they tried to recruit me to do something different. And I said, nope. So I stayed in the reserves. And then after AIT, they tried to recruit me again to join full time and they'd pay for all my schooling for me to be a nurse practitioner or a doctor. But I had to serve another, 12 years for them after that. And I said, heck no. I said, I'm out. I'm done. I put my time in. I'm the only female in my family that's been in the military, and I kicked everybody's butt. All the boys, all the brothers, older brothers. So, and I'm the tiniest one. So, 5'2", and I could still outrun them. So,
What got you started prepping, Michelle? What was your?
the reason was because I was broke. I was broke. I was home from my AIT from Texas, and I had to find a job I had my weekend duties that I had to go to Selfridge for, which was not fun, trying to convince, because I worked with 4 different dentists in 2 different dental offices, and they were an hour apart from each other, and I lived right in the middle of them. So everybody wanted me to work the weekends for them, and I was like, first one who gets dibs gets me. That's all I could say. So I'd alternate between them, and I preferred to do weekends at the one that was closer to the college I was going to because all my classes were around my school schedule. I also worked at the school for the dean for part of my financial aid.
Yeah,
So
I
in
work
between my classes, I worked for the dean.
work study job.
Yes, in between classes. And then the following year, because I made money or I was paid money to work for the dean for a couple hours in between classes, X amount of days, I was denied financial aid because I made too much money. And I was like, are you kidding me? So I was pretty much broke. I had rent to pay, I had a car payment because I came home with nothing from the military. Pretty much all the money that I had, they take out all their stipends for your uniforms, your boots, all your gear and things like that you don't get to take home with you. All of it, not all of it. So I didn't get to bring home my pew pew with me, which was a bummer. So yes, I started prepping, and extreme couponing was a helpful thing back then because I could go into the store. Bless you, bless you, bless you. It's gotten really, really, really windy outside right now. But if you hear any noises, that's how I got uh, cat litter, cat food. I'd find things on sale. I had coupons. They doubled them to $1. Some were even doubled to $1.25. And I would get money back from the grocery stores. And that was like the best ever. I was hooked. I've been hooked since I was 17.8 years old. So that's how many, and I'm not saying, okay, I'm above 50. So from before I was 18 until now, I have been prepping in some way, shape, or form, and I have lived off my preps numerous times. Numerous times. They've saved my life, my animals, my daughter, everything. You name it. God bless you again.
Thank you. I'm coughing now. My allergies are going
Yeah.
crazy. See,
Yeah.
now I wasn't a prepper per se. Back when I grew up, we it was in our DNA where we grew up poor. We put out gardens. We canned. We had chickens. We had pigs. So
Yeah.
that was, I mean, and then as you got older, you got away. Said I don't want to work in the garden. I've been working in the garden since I was 7 or 8 years old. So,
Mm-hmm.
but now
Yeah.
I've gotten older. I like it.
Ask my bestie to comment his because I love his mom and I've adopted his mom and dad because I don't have any parents left alive. I only have my mom anyway. She's been gone a long time. But I adopted his mom and dad. I hadn't seen them in decades and I just love them and they're like my mom and dad to me and they have the most gorgeous area that I would love to be in, not here in this city. I'm only here in this area because of my daughter and the program that is available for her until she turns 26 to 28 years old in Michigan. She can go to an adult transition program where they teach life skills. She goes to work, she works in different places. She was at Tim Hortons and she got fed this they made her this big, huge lunch every day. She worked in there. They loved her. They wanted to hire her and it was her first work experience ever. And now she's in a physical therapy office learning. Basically, she does a lot of laundry, is what she's doing. She's a pro at that there, not at home though. But they teach skills. This is her first year. And like I said, she'll be 19 on Tuesday. And
Happy birthday.
yeah, well, she's already been looking around and telling me that there's not things here that need to be here because it's her birthday next week and she doesn't see a bunch of stuff sitting around with her name on it. I said, because I'm hiding it. Well, she's been snooping everywhere, everywhere. She's, if it wasn't for a lot of things and going bankrupt, numerous times when I wasn't supposed to be able to have that child that I've got over there. Well, yet now young adult, excuse me. Wasn't supposed to be able to have children after being at Fort McClellan. It's kind of like Camp Lejeune. We were a chemical battalion And we have I at least 5 or 6 people, either themselves that I went to high school with or their spouses, passed away from cancers from being in Fort McClellan. The time frame, the years that I was there. And they told me I'd never have children. And it's like, hey, no, we're just going to wait till your husband divorces you because you can't have kids. And then you're going to be in your 30s. And it's like, here, surprise, have a kid. So it's like, great, thanks. But, whole lot of stuff. She wasn't born the way that she was. She had, you know, she was injured with a bunch of stuff that the GOV comes up with, my Sharona stuff. I won't even get there on that topic because I'd be here for all day and night.
I have a friend. He's had the same thing happen to his small son, injured by getting something stuck in his arm.
The
So
VCs, I call them the VCs. They're not Viet Cong though in Vietnam. But yeah, she had, the bad part was we were in a car accident just a few months before that, January 10th. Won't forget it. We were ended at a stoplight. I can't remember the first year and a half or so or more, maybe 2 years of my daughter's life. And she was only 8 months old at the time. And when I got some faculties to me, I almost went to jail because the lady on the other side of the desk at the place told me that she was a vegetable. She would never do anything, be anything, walk, never talk, and I should institutionalize her. And I jumped over the table at her. Luckily, I didn't go to jail. So that was my lucky day, I guess. God was watching over me there. So anyhow, now I've just been through the years, all the different things that have happened. I've given up every single thing that I've owned for my daughter because therapies and treatments that have gotten her to the sassy, almost 19-year-old over there in the other room over there. It was worth every bit of it. Every bit of being humiliating to be feel like you're humiliated or something because, oh, why are you bankrupt and why are you driving such a nice car? Well, let me see, because you can't buy a used car when you don't have any money, and you can finance a new car, and they'll give away loans like crazy back then, in the early 2000s before the crash, of course, of 2008, 9, somewhere around there. But yeah, oh yeah. Oh, Carol, you got that right, sister. Honey, you know what? I have fought her with her high school even because we've moved back and forth a couple times out of her district but in the same county, which the services are the best here in this county. It's the only reason I stay here. Ugh. But I fought with her school. But when we moved back here to Rochester, they wanted her to graduate with a diploma from high school. And I said, no. I said, you're not going to give her a diploma because then you are taking away the extra years, extra from 18 to up to age 26 or 20. I think it's to age 26. Another 8 years of public free schooling, of course, covered by Medicaid, which is in Michigan. Medicaid is part of, they got their hands in everything, government related. I don't like them. But, so I said, if you graduate her, you are taking away every opportunity that she will have in her future. That glare is driving me crazy. Sorry. I don't want you to look up my nose or either way. Sorry. So I fought them from the time she started back at her original school she would have been in if we didn't move for a couple of years and come back. I fought until the last semester of her senior year. And it's been a year in June that she finished high school. So I had to get mean. I got mean, real mean, real mean. I had to get down, diggity dirty. And I try not to do that because this moment I still got, I'm still a combat medic no matter what. I'm still Army hardcore. So if I'm doing something, you better watch out. If I'm going in for the deals, get out of my way because I'm getting them first. So
right.
That's the thing. I had to scrimp and save. We had to eat the same foods every day, breakfast, lunch, dinner. And that's what we could afford. I was a vegetarian then. My daughter was a vegetarian. because we pretty much had to be. I was one anyway for a long time from 15 on, but it was a pretty simple meal planning. Other than I can't imagine how people can feed more than one young growing child now today.
It's not easy.
Oh heck no, no, no. Mm-mm. I got
You,
dogs. Those cost more than my kid sometimes.
you fix them breakfast, and then an hour later they want a snack. So we're eating house and home.
Yeah, nope, that doesn't happen. They're not allowed. That's one thing I made sure is that she learned boundaries right away. They told me she wasn't going to walk, talk, or be able to do anything. She learned how to sit still and be quiet and behave and be respectful right from the get go. Not even be able to speak.
Well, does
So,
anybody in chat have any questions for Michelle or anything they want to talk about, prepping related, or
you want to be here till midnight? Ask me some questions.
so?
Actually, I'll be having a live stream coming up sometime soon. I'll bring everybody in there. I
But
got all kinds of fun stuff.
what does everybody think about some of the issues? I like to take notes because my brain is scatterbrained.
It's called
But
old timers, right?
yeah,
Old timers.
well, CRS can't remember.
Yeah, yes, yeah, yes.
But
Yeah.
I've been reading about all the riots over in France where arbitrarily raised the retirement age for those people, but I hadn't seen anything like on RTV about it. So, do you think that's a normal? Just that they're not going to show that, like when they were doing the yellow vest protests a couple of years ago, you never saw it. There's a question for you, Michelle. Here we go.
Oh, I can't see it. Oh, what was the best part of my military time? Getting out. Okay. Um, I was not afraid at all to go in because I knew all the things that my brothers did. They're 5 and 8 years older than me, my half brothers I grew up with. Neither of them made one didn't graduate basic, one didn't graduate his AIT. I'm the only one that made it through, and I was the only female. Um, Once I put my mind to things, I pretty particular to them. Mark, you probably know that, right? Don't you? Bestie. Yeah. Best friends know too much. That's why you have to stay best friends forever. The best thing about the military, though, was, this was 80, let me see, 1988 to 96 is when I served. And at that time, the military was nothing anywhere near what it's like now. Families were given the benefits they deserved, and they were given the resources that they needed. They had the PX to shop at. If if say a husband or wife, either or both, were deployed, the services were just right there. You did not have to fight. I have had to fight tooth and nail every bit of the way for everything. I've received nothing from the military whatsoever for my being, well, we say differently abled. My daughter, we say differently abled because she's able to do a whole lot of stuff. And I'm able to do a lot, especially talk and shop for the deals and share them with y'all. Future working out relation to prepping and prepping needs. What, for myself or my family? Is that what you're asking, Tennessee Mountain Preparedness? I just need to know clarification of the future or prepping in general for anybody. That's what I just don't know. For myself, I'm still racking, stacking, packing, everything, doing all the things, and I will keep on going. I will keep pinching pennies and doing what I have to do to make sure that I have everything needed for my daughter, her for the world. Oh, sweet goodness. That is, if I was God, I might be able to tell you. And I don't even know if he knows what he's going to do with it yet. If y'all or somebody that
I like to
is that he's got the plan, and we just got to go roll with it and hope that we can come out alive and do our best. Oh, well, and that's the other thing too, is that a lot of people, I hear a lot of people say, well, I want to do prepping, but I don't have any money. Well, guess what? Quit having Starbucks. They're $9. $9 for a flipping cup of coffee. Sorry. But $9, if somebody sees some of the videos I do, and you see a cart full of stuff, see some of the prices that are on there. $9, you could have a whole meal or even a couple of meals just for one person. It just depends. You know, it's all what your priorities are. You will find a way to do and make it through. Hi, Jan. How you doing, girlie? Thanks for being mad for me. Are you going to be mad for me again? Uh, you just have to keep doing the best you can. You put one thing away, one single thing. And if I have something that I get a hold of that's a good clearance deal, say if I don't know, I just donated, I don't know, they were as big as my head. They're huge cans of peas that I found at Ollie's with Seabass, who I think is visiting family. She's not able to make it here today. She had a family day. You got your package? Aw. She got Jan won the ETA alkaline water bottle that was sponsored by ETA Living. So like that, and I sent her a seed sprouting kit with a bunch of seeds to sprout. So that is one way you can add to your nutrition. Seeds are cheap, So I mean, there's just a whole lot of things. I think people just need to. We're so
spoiled
on the computer right now, and it's really nice because I can see your face. I can see your face. I can't see everybody's face that is commenting, but you get to know people's personalities, and you get to see them different places here or there. And I've been blessed so far. I mean, my first live stream person was with Gray Man prepping for his Jace giveaway, and that was a blast because I love to save money. I like finding deals, but I'm also a very, very giving person. I like to give. If I have something you need and I don't need it or use it, you can have it. And a lot of times I'd drive it to you. That's what I did during the My Sharona. I had to shut my business down that I could run. And I sewed masks with a sewing machine. Like, I don't know. Mark probably remembers. I was up all night keeping up, probably. He had to be up at 3 for work or whatever. And I'd be out there sewing away for 18 hours a day. And I delivered masks all around my whole city for free. But you guess, I made enough money to buy a car in cash when I was done. So that's how much hard work pays off. People just have to take the time and understand that you can't just always depend on anything to be there.
No, I lost a job, a really good job due to COVID. They gave us paperwork that we were essential workers to drive back and forth to work for the lockdowns.
Yep.
2 weeks later, we were laid off. And then 4 months later, they told us the layoff would be for 2 years. So thank you, COVID. So it put me behind the 8 ball, struggled for 2 years, but thankfully I got my old job back that I shouldn't have never left in the first place. But you know, you live and learn. They called me. I actually applied and couldn't figure out how to do it because I don't know anything about computers. So
now you do.
Yeah, I do a little bit. But the guy I used to work with became our boss, and he called me out of the blue and asked me if I'd like my old job back. So never know what's working on behind the scenes. But I feel fortunate that, a lot of people lost their jobs, lost their business, and they'll never come back. And how many mom and pop stores went out for COVID? Walmart didn't have to shut down. Lowe's didn't shut down. Mom and pops did.
That was the thing that was really irking me is that working in the medical field, I started out as a nurse assistant. Then I was recruited by the Army for being a medic for them. But I switched careers and I went into dentistry. And I worked my way up. Like I said, most of the time I worked for 2 different offices, and they had at least 2 doctors in each one, if not more. They fought over me. They used to flip a quarter to see who was going to get me as the person to work on their patients. And I was like, you know what? Train the other people. Train these other people. People are not trained. I went to someplace. Oh my gosh. I went someplace the other day, and I was standing in the checkout line. Person was just standing there looking out the window. And I said, you know what? I said, are you working, or are you on a break, or are you just hanging out? And so, do I have the ability to plant a garden in the ground? Well, here, well, I'm pointing like I'm here at Mark's house. I'm inside my place. I call it my place. Over there is an above ground. A raised bed is all we're allowed in the certain dimensions because we're in a modular home park place right near downtown city, big city area. But we had My Sharona was the best garden ever. Oh my gosh. Mark, if you're in there, Mr. Metallica, where'd you go? Yeah, sad but true. Come on, where are you at? It's funny. I heard Metallica on the way home. But we had an awesome garden, and it was a gorgeous, gorgeous summer. Actually, that was when I started. That was when I amped up my game because I busted my butt doing all the side hustle jobs. I mean, I could still drive without. I didn't need my steering wheel to be modified like it is now. So, vice for what I stopped drinking pot. You know what? It was easy for me to do when you're broke. You ain't got money. You don't drink pot. You don't eat the chips. You don't eat cookies. Guess what you do? You go for 2 mile walks with your best friend that let you and your kid move in with them so that you weren't homeless, and she could be going to the school she wants to go to. And guess what? We went walking instead of eating and drinking sodas and crap. Not that it's every now and then it's fine. Yeah, you want to have a little soda or something. I used to. What was it? I think it was like rum and Coke or something like that. Never drink diet. Diet is terrible. Just drink the sugar. If you're gonna drink it, drink the sugar. That's my nutritionist advice.
I was drinking zeros, and I got to read about the aspartame they put in it, and it is way worse than drinking just a regular Coke.
You drink a regular Coke and then go run a mile, because that, and it's just oh man, I love deals. Even now, I just actually did a donation drop off. I don't even film them anymore because it has gotten. They used to be. Oh my goodness, excuse me. It used to be. Gosh, okay. Now I got the Jim. You talk, Jim, because I got.
Oh, it's all right.
No, I got a cough. I got a cough and stuff for a second, so I need you to talk for a second so I can mute the thing so nobody has to hear me hacking.
Yeah, I'll mute you real quick. Oh, I don't know what I just done. It took me off. There we go. But hey, Bob Manus.
Okay, I'm not dying here. Okay, but I'm good.
Bobby and I have known each other. We got hired in at the chemical plant, the same, about within a few weeks of each other, and Bob's starting down the preparedness road, so I'll have to go by and check that out. But does who all in here is planning on putting out a garden this year, and how are you doing it? I use garden beds, straw bales, buckets, tubs, barrels cut in two. So who's putting out a garden this year, and how are you doing it? Who has a place where you can put out a garden? Even if you have an apartment, you can put out something on the patio.
It just depends what kind of your apartment. If it doesn't face the sun, you're in trouble. Cause I had one and I couldn't get anything to grow at all. No sun, no rain, nothing. That was years and years ago, though. That was a long time ago. But I'm going to be renting a little area of Mark's in ground above raised garden thing. I do have some raised garden beds, but this place here has zero sun and it has a big humongous tree that's ready to fall on my house. So I'd like it to be gone, but it's the only thing that, keeps people from whatever.
And excellent, Robert. And let's see, here's a link to Michelle's channel. Thanks, TJ Squatchy.
Yeah, TJ Squatchy.
TJ has been a subscriber since almost the first video. I don't know how she stumbled across my channel, but so
random stuff. My first video I posted was from Walmart, and my goodness, this weather is killing it. It's been raining, stopped raining, windy, all the stuff, all the above, and it's sinuses, everything's killing us. But I started off by mentioning Rudy in my video about how he gets the best deals. And I was like, well, hey, guess what? I just got these best deals at Walmart on some things that were on clearance. And I was like, hey, okay, there we go.
Now, if you have a big farm close by, that's an excellent thing, Jan, to We have a farm where you can buy
Mhm.
the green beans for practically nothing, can them yourself. You can get tomatoes, peppers, potatoes, corn, whatever you want. So if you have a farm, a huge farm that's local and does that, that's an excellent source to get stuff and put it back for yourself if you can't grow a garden or if you don't have the room to grow a big garden. So lots of people trying to raise their own bed and or raise their own vegetables, their own food. So the more you can do to unplug yourself from the system and you know exactly what you put on your vegetables, the better off you'll be. Uh, I still use fertilizer and bug spray, but you know, you got to cheat while you can.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if my friend Mark is still on here because he grew up on a farm. His parents have the gorgeous place. I did a video walking around out there. I was like, this is where I want my house to be at. Like if I was, like this thing, this I could, the nickname of this place now instead of the Roach Motel right now, it better not ever turn into it because I pay them a heck of a lot of money to come and take care of this stuff. But um, what do I call it now? The Money Pit. The Money Pit, like the movie. Anybody remember that? Are you old enough to remember the Money Pit?
Oh, hey,
That movie. That one. That's what I call this place. This is the Money Pit because number one, I did not intend. I mean, I had saved and saved and I worked my buns off and saved up every single penny. I sold everything not nailed down. If I could have sold my dogs, I probably would have. They're stinkers. They cost me a fortune, with stuff. But I think that everybody needs to do some prepping in every way. But my opinion, I'll tell you some of the other things. Okay, you heard my backstory, but you see my what stuff on my videos. You'll see. Basically, I just say get to know your stores and look everywhere. Some people are like, I ain't got time for that. You got time to save some money. But other important things about being prepared, number one is water. People always think it's food. Water. Water is number one. I know you have a Berkey, Jim, a big
I do.
Berkey. I do too. Oh my gosh, that's my neighbor's annoying vehicle. I love it. It's great. I just love it. Oh, sweet goodness. Oh, please stop it.
What's the surprise, Michelle? Because
I can't say. I'm not going to say.
all right. Well, we've got about 5 minutes to go because my sisters are my sisters are coming to visit. And,
Oh, darn. You know what? You got to schedule 2 hours when I'm on something.
oh no, I can't do that. But
Okay. All
because
right.
then I have to go pick up my stepson who was on here, but he must have had to go back and actually do
Yeah.
some work.
Well, I'm
Water,
sorry. I can't say, and I can't type on my computer in chat because this is not mine.
water is number one,
Yes,
Carol.
water is number one. And the little tiny bottles of water that people buy, do not don't waste your money on those. Get those. Go to Walmart, $8.88 plus tax. 3 gallon ones. That's all I can. I can't even fill it all 3 gallons for me to pick it up with my hands anymore. But yes, water, water, water. Ways to you talk about it too, Jim.
Yeah.
Make sure you have water. Water storage. Do not do even the good geyser stuff at the Dollar Tree store. That plastic is so paper thin, you can snap it in 5 seconds. You ever drop one of those things barely and they splash all over your floor? I have. But you get the 3 gallons. Yes, ETA. Yeah, the ETA bottle. Yeah, that is also that's similar a water filtration thing as well. That's Jan won that from my little thing that I had going on. But yeah, well, I have a surprise for somebody, and it's you, Jim. You ain't gonna get it until I mail it out to you. So you got a surprise coming to you
Oh, okay.
for having me on
Well,
today. And then also, all y'all that are on here are getting a sneaky peeky or a word. Well, not sneaky peeky. I'm not going to show you anything. You guys get the heads up. If you keep it in mind, keep your eyes open. If you follow my page or whatever, click the notifications and stuff like that. I'm going to post I was thinking of just doing a premiere, but I'm not going to do a premiere. I'm going to do I have a poll going right now. If you look at my community tab, there's a community question on there. about why is meal planning such a pain in the butt, to just do it. You'd think we'd be able to do it, right? No, we don't. People are still going out to eat, spending $45 for 2 people to go to Olive Garden. Heck no. We love Olive Garden. That's our favorite place. But guess what? We go at lunchtime and we get cheaper meals. And then we get, the meals to go that are only $6. And you make your own bread at home and salads at home. So you learn how to do the things and still enjoy life and do fun stuff. But anyhow, I'm going to have a live stream about that kind of a topic with meal planning, saving money, finding the deals. I'm going to talk about all the things, more important things to prep for. People who think that prices aren't high, they're not even paying attention. They don't even care. But so that is one thing. Water is number one. Invest in good storage containers for your water. Walmart, $8.88 plus tax for 3-gallon jugs, and they stack. And I can stack a whole closet full in my storage room.
Another thing you want to do is have a rain catchment system if you can.
We have one of those. My friend Mark built one from a garbage can and a downspout with gutters over above. Mm-hmm. And guess what? We used that for the garden. Saved us on the water bill. Water bill's expensive.
And if it comes down to it, run it through your filter, boil it, purify it, whatever way you can. I bought you can look on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. I found food grade totes, 275 gallons, and I got them for $60 a piece. So if you look around, there's ways to catch water. And
you can use tarps. I mean, if you want to water your garden, like we have a small garden, just aim your tarps right at it. If it rains a lot here.
Well, folks, it's been fun, but they're on their way. And I hate to cut it off, but we'll do it again next Saturday if we can. Michelle, I appreciate you coming on. If y'all are not subscribed to Michelle's channels, please do so.
Thanks.
It's always fun to see her videos, except when she's singing. If she's singing, just go.
I had some other ones that I was going to do, but I'm going to have to do a little practicing, a little more vocal lessons and stuff. And actually, maybe one of these times, when another Saturday, whenever you have another day off, you got to come on my channel so I can you can flap your gums and I can do all the other stuff.
Well, you can see right back there, I have my work schedule printed, but
I can't do that.
That don't mean I'm not going to work overtime all I can while we still can. So
take it while you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna. What is it? The old lady told me when I first started working there. She said she was going to milk them while she had them in the barn.
Yes, that's the old. Oh, that's how they said it. But
HBS video. I am going to try to do another live stream next Saturday before I go into work. I just can't do them when I'm working day shift.
And I won't be on here, so he can talk.
That's all right. I like listening to you talk, Michelle, or I would have invited you.
Okay.
So I want everybody to have a great weekend. Spend time with family. Do something to prep. I did something this morning. Added to my personal hygiene preps. So
amen. You took a bath.
Every time I go to the store, I add something.
Sorry, I'm a jokester.
I'm gonna let it go. Again, Michelle, thanks for coming on. And
thanks for having me up here. I love it.
Have a blessed weekend, and I'll see you next week. Michelle, I'll talk to you later, I'm sure. And everybody stay safe and keep prepping.
All right. Love y'all. God bless. Stay safe. Prep. Deals. Love it. Bye.